Ethan and Lou on I-95.
Hey, Mark.
Gentlemen, how are you?
Do you have the answers, is my question.
What gives you the right?
Where are we today as compared to where we were when we spoke to you last on Thursday?
Okay, so we are at 909 COVID positive Danbury residents. We've had 35 people pass away, unfortunately. Instead of going up in a sharp, steep climb, we're kind of like on a gradual curve. Each day we pick up about 40, 50, 60 cases. So that's better then, right? Yeah, well, the mitigation efforts are working. Closing schools worked. Keeping people separated worked. I mean, the pain now is, it's going to be the economic pain. I also think, we're going to slowly, move back to getting back to work probably by mid-May. We'll start that process. That doesn't mean schools are going to come back in mid-May. It just means we're going to start, industry after industry. And until they do, I think we've talked about this ad nauseum, but two things. One is they've got to roll out a vaccine. And then two, if they don't have the vaccine, they've got to have a treatment with extensive testing. So that if you've already had it, you're most likely immune, so you can go back to work. And, if you are asymptomatic, we need to know that so that you can quarantine yourself for 14 days. So it's going to be an interesting process, but it's not going to happen all at once. Everybody thinks it's just like to turn the switch. It's impossible. I mean, I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but think about, do you want to go to Yankee Stadium in the middle of June, knowing that this is out there?
No.
No, you wouldn't drag me there ever, for any reason. So these are things that are not going to come back right away.
Let's talk about the economic pain for a second, because I think that's where the dialogue is shifted. And you see the president yesterday, saying we want to get back, and the governors in the tri-state area saying that's a bad idea. And everybody's kind of balancing the dangers of the virus with the awful projections for the stock market and the economy. Isn't that where everybody is right now, trying to figure out how to manage getting the economy back while keeping people safe?
Yeah, I did watch that press conference last night, and I'm still reflecting on it, trying to figure out, exactly where the rub is. But the president obviously wants everybody working right away, and the medical folks are saying not so fast, just like you said. There probably are parts of the country that can ease up on the restrictions, but if you don't do this in a comprehensive fashion, what's going to happen is you're going to have these little flare-ups, like what we're seeing in China now. China's got a couple of cities back again on lockdown, different ones, because they, have eased up on restrictions, and then more people got infected. And don't forget, China can go a lot farther than we can in terms of law. I mean, they weld you into your house, so you're not leaving for, 2 months or something like that. So, I think that if we don't do this in a smart way, we're just going to, keep chasing our tails until we get, some kind of vaccine that's out there. But it's scary right now. The economic damage is, it's just tremendous. I mean, I'm working on my budget right now, and it's just awful. I mean, I'm really trying to avoid laying off people, which I'm not going to do. But at the same time, you don't want to stick to taxpayers with a big tax bill. An increase in taxes when 30% of these folks are out of work. So it's going to be tough.
Isn't the danger, though, in telling people that it's getting better and it's going to be all right and we're going to go back soon? The danger is that you can't trust. We couldn't trust people in the worst part of this thing, which we're actually on the tail end of, or that's what it sounds like. To listen, to reason, and to do the right things to get us all back. So isn't the danger the thing that people are getting upset about is like you can't paint such a positive picture. I understand everybody here has a delicate balance to strike, but you can't paint such a positive picture that people just go back to the way they were operating before.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you 100%. It's the 80-20 rule. First of all, 80% of the people do what they're supposed to be doing. 20% of the people basically spend their time figuring out how not to do the right thing. But I'll tell you that you absolutely it'll never be the same. It's going to be years before it'll be like what it used to be, and not necessarily the economy, but just our whole culture, right? I mean, everything from shaking hands to going to large outdoor activities with a bunch of people. I mean, sure, the young people do that stuff, but I know I won't, and I can't, given my own personal medical situation. And I know, a lot of other folks won't do that either. They just don't want to risk it until we know, that there's a vaccine out there. So it's going to be a shocker, I think, to some people that just think there's a switch that you flip back on and everything's hunky-dory, because that's not the way it's going to work.
Danbury Mayor Mark Boughton joining the show. I'll tell you what the tri-state area needed yesterday was 65-mile-per-hour winds.
Yeah, jeez.
I mean, can we catch a break here?
Fortunately, we did have some pretty good, wind blowing, but not what they had predicted, which is good. A couple of our tents were compromised, but we're out there working on them this morning, getting them, battened down again, if you will. You're going to get those spring storms. It's just part of the deal, but it definitely exacerbates everything else. One thing I want to mention to you guys is we're going to, on Saturday night, I think I sent you a little meme about it, from 7 p.m. to 7:05 p.m., we want everybody to blow their horn, blow their air horn, ring their bell, make a lot of noise to support all of our essential workers. Right? Everybody out there that's going to work every day, whether you're the delivery guy, whether you're the doctor, whether you're a nurse, firefighter, whatever, we want to say thank you. And we want all of Danbury doing this.
That's a great idea. So you go make some noise Saturday, April 18th at 7 p.m. Blow a horn, bang some pots and pans in your front yard. Let me ask you this, a serious kind of question. I've noticed, and I guess it makes sense during the situation that we're in, a lot of sirens in the city of Danbury. But is there an element of criminal activity that we can attribute to that too? Or is it just, medical emergencies for the most part?
No, so I know the difference between the two kinds of sirens, and those are 90% are medical calls. Mm-hmm. We do have people that are. Remember, Danbury is a regional hospital, serves about 400,000 people. So those calls, people come in hot with the lights on. They're might be coming in from another surrounding community. So those are all medical calls. Crime is down pretty dramatically. Because people have been stuck in their house. But there's a lot of pent-up demand there, I think.
Yeah. I encourage everybody to look up to the sky, Now is a good time to look up to the sky, because with all that's going on in the world, I have a theory that, the aliens are coming, and they're coming soon. If they're not partially to blame for this disease, they're coming to check on what's going on, because things have changed dramatically.
How are they going to check on us?
Via spaceship.
Oh, okay.
So, look up, photograph everything, videotape everything in the sky that you see, and send it to me immediately, if not sooner.
That might be the plan, right? Isn't that the plan where they're going to take over and, just make sure you get your cans of beefaroni and you're ready to go?
Well, what I always say, listen, when we were super nuclear and we were in the middle of the Cold War, there was a lot of UFO sightings around nuclear facilities. In fact, they would disable, in many cases, the nuclear weaponry. It'd be a UFO sighting, and all of a sudden, and we're talking about the people that tell these stories are very credible human beings that just disabled our nuclear weapons when the UFOs would arrive. And they think that they did that to test to see if they could shut down our weapons, and that they were there to protect us from destroying the Earth. So now might be a good time to check in and see what's what with us,
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, as soon as we can get you out of the house, I think the better. And I've got some people you can talk to if you need to do that.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's messed up?
Do you see what I'm working with here?
We can do it in a very loving way and maybe an intervention.
What's messed up about this, and I think everybody could hear some silver lining in my voice when this first started, because I like being home. I'm a homebody, and I also like a routine, and I'm deep in a routine, and we're home. And I'm losing it.
Really?
I'm definitely losing it.
Yeah, you are. You're shot. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
I got nothing there. Like I said, the parks are closed. It's rough. I get it, but we got to do this. This is that we got to take our medicine and get this thing fixed and move on. And it's scary.
Skip the Netflix reunion or whatever they're calling it. That new episode they put out. Joel McHale hosted it. It's awful. It's terrible.
Awful.
You have no Carol.
Listen, I am Hulu'd out. I'm Netflixed out. Just like you said, Amazon Primed out. I can't find anything to watch.
Nothing. There's nothing.
Don't watch Grand Hotel. Okay.
What's that about?
Subtitles. It's a period piece.
Well, forget about it. No,
Get it out of my face.
I did see Parasite, by the way.
Is that
was
good?
Pretty good.
Yeah, that won a bunch of Academy Awards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that subtitles though?
Subtitles, but it's not. It's slow subtitles for people like me.
If I wanted to read, I would read.
All right. On that note,
All right.
at 8:31, we need to break this up.
Okay.
We'll talk to the mayor again on Thursday.
Let's do Thursday. I'll give you an update where we are.
All right,
Buddy.
tremendous.
Thank you.
All right, tremendous. Bye-bye.
Bye.